Good morning, everyone. I'm Joanne. I'm presenting on behalf of some colleagues from UNESCO IT and also TU Delft. And as what you mentioned, we've been working on a sensor which can listen to pipes in the same way that Shazam listens to songs, and hopefully it can detect leaks in the same way that Shazam detects leaks. So, I don't know if you detect songs, exactly. And this is aimed at reducing the private sign leakage that we were talking about just before the break. So unfortunately, my colleague Leonardo couldn't be here, but when I started working on the project, he explained it to me with a sketch on the table, which was really nice, and we made a kind of dissemination video explaining how the project works based on this sketch. So first I'm just going to show you this video to give the background. Oh, sorry. May have time, but not today, so maybe I can arrange it. So yeah, the problem is that a lot of drinking water in supplies, especially in Europe, are carried in pipes, but leaks waste a lot of water, and as you mentioned, we can't always see them. So we've developed this new sensor which can listen to the pipe and detect vibrations. And so it can recognize the pattern of normal water usage, so a shower or a dishwasher. And if it detects something that it doesn't recognize, that it's never seen before, that might be a leak. And so then what it can do is it can alert the Waternomics platform or the pipe user via a mobile app that something unusual is being detected. And then this user can take action and find the leak and fix the leak. And also if you have several sensors in the same building, it can also help you with the finding of the leak because you can detect where it might be. So I think we've already heard how important leaks are, but some statistics on this private side leakage. So this is from the US. So the average leak loss per household is 35,000 liters per year, which is more than 11 million households worth of the whole USA is wasted in these private side leaks. And 10% of those, I think you mentioned this earlier, are particularly bad, and they waste more than 4 times that amount, so 124,000 liters a year. And fixing these water leaks could save householders 10% of their water bills. So there's also an incentive from that side for householders to be engaged and to fix these leaks. So our objective was to develop this acoustic leak detection method. So it has 2 parts. The first is the hardware side. So this was to develop a new and cheap, easy to install sensor, which can record these pipe vibrations. And one of the key things about these sensors is that they attach to the outside of the pipe. So you don't need to interrupt the network, you don't need to retrofit new pipes, but you can just clip it onto the outside of what you already have. And then the second part is the software side, which is the software which can analyze the fingerprint, the patterns which the sensor is recording, and it can compare these against the database and decide if what it's detecting is a potential leak or not. So the development of the acoustic sensor was mainly done by TU Delft. And so there were many pipes set up in different lengths, different materials, and we tried all different types of sensors. So kind of guitar microphones, piezo sensors, different kinds of accelerometers. And then the first sensor we developed was this kind of 2 bars clamped to the outside of the pipe. And then the second was this, it's kind of like a metal half ring which you clip to the pipe with an elastic band. And there's also another prototype sensor in plastic. So we tested all of these sensors in the lab and put them at varying distances from the leaks and made leaks in these pipes to develop a sensor that was most sensitive to this kind of vibration. And then this is the Shazam part, which is what everyone was so keen on in paper. So in case of anyone who doesn't know how Shazam works, it's an application where you can hold your phone up and listen to a song for a few seconds, and it will compare it to a database of songs, and it will tell you the name of the song. And the way it does that is by dividing the the sound signal, it creates a database of fingerprints of different songs and compares the song it's listening to against them, and it can find a match. And so that's what our fingerprinting software does. So it listens to the signal, looks for it in the database, and if it finds it, then there's a possible leakage. And if not, then it would have ignored and carried on. So for setting up the software, you have to run it in two ways. So in the first way of running it, you're feeding the database. So each building will have its own fingerprint in the pipes, because buildings have different sizes, different pipe materials, and so on. And so first you need, for a couple of weeks, to run the software in this feed mode where it's learning. So it's taking in sound clips from the building, and it's creating this database of what the building normally sounds like. And then the second mode, which is how it will be running when it's operating, is detection mode. And so in this case, it's not adding unusual things to the database, it's warning the user. So in the first mode, the feed mode, if it comes across something it's never heard before, it just adds it to the database. But in this second mode, if it comes across something new, then it thinks it's possibly a leak. And then this is all connected up to the Waternomics platform like this. So you have the sensor on the pipe on the inside of the water meter. And this is connected to a Raspberry Pi, which is a small type of computer. And then this, if it's connected to the internet, can send these files to another computer or a server. And this server does the analysis and runs this fingerprinting software. And if there's a leak, then it would show up in the Waternomics platform. So that's how the connection of the whole system goes. So this needed to be tested. So this is some tests which were done in Leonardo's house. So you can see the sensors set up there. And we started listening to what these were giving us. And this is what you can see if you listen to the vibration. So this is maybe silence. And then if someone switches on the shower, then you see this pattern. And if you also run the kitchen tap, then you see this other part as we in. So you can see that the shower is something here, and the kitchen tap sounds like something here. And if you can recognize both of them, you know that they're both normal, they're both okay, and they're fine. And if you saw maybe a peak up here, that might be a leak, for example. So there was a lot of fun times in the house running around and switching on kitchen taps and showers and so on, building up these graphs, but it did have a serious purpose. So, oh sorry. So we did experiments in two houses. In the first house, we have nearly 4,000 sound clips. The sensor was running quite a long time, and the second house we had 1,700. And you can see these houses have the normal mix of appliances and noisy things that you might find in a house. Because what we were trying to do is see if the sensor still works outside of the lab. So inside the lab, the only noise it should hear is this leak which you induce in the pipe. But in a house, you have people talking, you have noise, you have vibrations from other things, so we wanted to look at that. We had some practical issues at the beginning with the cables, and so the sensor could come offline and you wouldn't notice, so we lost some of the recordings. So that was solved in the second house. We just had a problem with having to flush the SD card of the sensor every now and then so it doesn't get full up. So this is the results from the first house. So if you see the grey, this is sounds that it didn't recognize and added to the database. The orange is sounds which it recognized were already in the database. And so what you see is this really nice learning process, where here at the beginning, almost everything is new to the sensor and it's adding it into the database. And then after about a week and a half, maybe 10 days, already the vast majority of what it hears is already in the database, and it's not adding anything new. And so then this would be a point where, for example, you could start running it in detection mode, and then if it hears anything that it hasn't heard before, it has reason to believe that that could be something suspicious. And we saw something similar in house 2. Sorry, the colours aren't the same, but again, you see these are the orange ones in this time are the new ones. And so you can see generally they're getting less, and these black ones which have been detected are getting more. And so the idea is that this proves that, especially in the first house, after about 10 days, the sensor had already got used to the house, and it should be able to detect leaks. Though obviously you have the problem that you can't go hammering nails into pipes in actual people's houses. So we noticed, for example, it detected when the heating switched on, because we think because the gas network and the pipe network are connected at the boiler, so the vibrations of the heating are passed into the water network. But again, it would learn that that was normal and stop detecting it as a leak. Something else we tried to do was we thought, well, if this can detect leaks, then maybe it can detect when people are using certain appliances, which would be good for tracking how much water people are using on different things. So what we did in the second house was we asked them to keep a log of when they use certain appliances in the house. And so you can see here in the morning before work, a lot of people having showers and so on, and then in the evening maybe dishwasher and washing machine. And so what we tried to do was make a recording with the sensor of each of these water uses, and then run the detection to see if we can detect this same pattern. Unfortunately, we did detect a lot of things. They didn't follow the exact pattern, so I think it maybe says that we need some more work before we could use it to detect specific appliances, though it does seem to possibly work for the leaks. So you can see, for example, we have a lot of, I don't know, dishwashers at 4 o'clock in the morning and so on, which shouldn't be there. But for the leaks, it does seem to work reasonably well. So yeah, just to sum up, so we've developed this Shazam-like acoustic leak detection method. And the results show that the sensor can learn relatively quickly in a couple of weeks how a house normally sounds, and then after that it can detect unusual things happening, which could translate into leaks. We need to do some more testing to find out, for example, how many sensors you need in a house to reliably cover the whole house, and also to check that the number of false alarms is reasonable, because you can't be going and checking your whole house every time the sensor hears something it doesn't do. So that needs more testing and more case studies. And it's not conclusive if we can use the sensor to distinguish different water uses, but it seems that it has potential to be used for leaks. That's it. Thank you. And any questions?